Hello and what is up, guys? My name is Maggie, you're watching Tron Bros, and welcome to the PIP-Pad mod showcase. Notice anything new about me? Maybe something's just a little bit different? Almost like something's missing. Could it be my Pip-Boy? No, I'm just fucking naked. But if you pay close attention to the lack of a very specific item of clothing, you might just realize I don't have Pip-Boy. Where the hell is it? How is this even possible? Is that shit even legal? The PIP-Pad mod essentially completely replaces your Pip-Boy with a brand new item, the PIP-Pad, putting all Pip-Boy retexture mods to shame because this mod does not only retexture it, but also completely redoes the meshes in quite a spectacular manner. Now personally, I quite do enjoy the look of the vanilla Pip-Boy. It has that kind of 1920s, 1960s computer feel to it because computers were kinda big back then, so it's somewhat unrealistic to think they could fit the entire computer of that time into a fucking pad. That being said, you never know what the Institute is working on, you don't know if the Enclave might have something to do with this, so if you're going with an Institute, maybe even a Brotherhood of Steel character playthrough, then I strongly recommend using this mod, because it might just help a little bit with your immersion. Now, the way this mod is set up, it essentially just replaces the Pip-Boy without actually replacing any of the animations. And this honestly seems like a pretty tall order to fill. I mean, completely redoing the meshes without changing the animations and making them still look human is kinda difficult, and honestly the mod maker did a pretty good job at it. For the most part, you can barely notice that this is a mod. It kinda looks like something that may actually be in-game. But all of the functions of the vanilla Pip-Boy have been retained, meaning when you click E, this will open up instead of your Pip-Boy. You can swing it around, get a good old look at all the edges, buttons, knobs and such. And for the most part, all these knobs work when you switch between tabs, when you switch between radio channels. The only thing that does not entirely work is when you switch between items in your inventory. Now, as I said, for the most part this mod is pretty spectacularly made, but it does have a few hiccups here and there. For example, a little thing I noticed, when you swing your Pip-Pad around while having your inventory open, if you have your mouse at the top middle of the screen, it might kind of freak out, just a little bit. As well as if you load up a new game with this mod installed, you might run into some problems. For example, in the prologue, when you are still exiting Vault 111, the Pip-Pad might actually appear on your wrist, even though it does not actually appear on your wrist later game. That being said, I do kinda like the way it looks on your wrist, but that would kinda defeat the purpose, since a hand-mounted Pip-Pad is essentially a Pip-Boy. And when you are just ready to leave Vault 111, instead of finding the Pip-Boy on an amputated skeletal hand, you will actually find it on the floor, right next to a skeleton with no hand, for no apparent reason. Now you might also notice that even though it is clearly a pad, it still says it's called a Pip-Boy, which might cause problems for some of you, but in my case it does not, because I can't actually read. I just guessed it. Now when you put on the Pip-Pad, it does not make a lot of sense since the animations are kinda based on a hand-mounted thing, so just having a pad does not exactly work. That being said, it is barely noticeable. I mean, that looks normal. Kinda. Why settle for a boy when you can have a pad? I mean, honestly, if Apple came out with a new product called the iBoy, would anyone buy that? You know what, don't answer that. If for some odd reason you actually enjoyed watching this video and would like to watch more, subscribe to the channel. As always, my name is Maggie, you've been watching Tron Bros, and until next time guys, I'll see ya!